Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Wait a minute, something stalled out on me there. I'll just start there. Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to show you this. This is from the Dubai FinTech, and I couldn't remember if I had ever seen or shown this clip from Naveen Gupta, who was there with Brad Garlinghouse. But watch this. If I can get it to play. Let me hit the refresh button and see if this... Okay, here we go. Any second now.
Trade environment in the Middle East, if you had to compare it to what we're seeing in the U.S. right now?
I think it's just light. I mean, it's day and night, right? I mean, so what I can see, because I experience mainly the UAE, I think the regulators are very open. You can come up with an idea, have a dialogue with the regulator, agree on the way forward, and you're able to move forward with very quick speed. Also, you're able to very quickly mobilize in terms of team. You're able to scale up and then constantly go back to the regulator if the model changes in some way. So this is this healthy two-way dialogue that's creating the fertile ground for companies to grow in the Web3 space.
So just imagine...
How would you characterize the crypto...
Imagine what it would be like if the United States was like that. You can just, oh yeah, we sit down, we talk with them, and then they tell us what we can do, and we work it out. And I mean, that would be an actual pro-business environment. Instead, we have Gary Gensler. Now I want to show you this. This is from, I'll click here and show you. It's called the, Government Blockchain Association. Here's an interesting clip from this 801 XRP. Watch this.
Anything, Bill?
So I'm going to look at it from a different perspective, right? I think the biggest problem in the industry as we speak right now, especially from a regulation perspective, is that the government does not understand cryptocurrency, right? You can say this is very obvious currently with the SEC case with XRP right now. They initially labeled it as a security, took it off all the US exchanges, and now they're slowly losing the case. I just think the current framework does not equip any agency to deal with or regulate cryptocurrency. I believe there should be a brand new branch or a new agency which has smart people that are well-versed and educated in cryptography and the technology to manage and regulate the industry. The old rules do not apply here. And I'll give you an example, right? Traditionally, stocks, if you say one company is fraudulent or it's a scam, you just delist it from Wall Street and purchase it. That's not true with cryptocurrency, right? XRP was at this moment, even from a US government perspective, they've said it's a security, all the exchanges have delisted it, but you can purchase it from your peer. You can still purchase it from another exchange. So even if the US government today decides to ban Bitcoin, you still cannot take it out of your country because it's decentralized and you can purchase it from a neighbor or somebody sitting right here, right now.
That's an interesting thought. What if it was a scenario where you could only institutions could get it, but you and I, as retail people, were able to sell it to each other? That would be. Mine's not for sale, by the way. Okay, then we got this. This was an article. I'm not going to go into it deep, but I think the title's all you need to see. U.S. may freeze bank withdrawals as currency fear rises, expert warns. Now, if they go down that road, you're going to see a freak out, folks. They don't even want to think about something like that. And then this is from a Black Swan Capitalist about the banking crisis, and I want you to listen to this one.
with any type of regularity and certainty, it's going to be a very fluid market moving forward. Look, all it's going to take is a few more of these banks to fail, and people will really start to freak out. And the mainstream,
there's that word again,
big
freak
money,
out,
who's never even thought about buying metals all these years will say, my God, get me out and buy me some gold and silver. I see that happening. And I think it is obviously, to me, a very probable outcome in an environment where the markets really start to take on water, because there are very few places to put your money any longer. Like you said, metals or digital assets that have any value, and more importantly, removal of counterparty risk. And when you own digital assets in your own possession or metals in your own possession, these are assets that simultaneously have no counterparty liability. They are not someone else's liability. They're in your possession. And I think that's something that's going to be more significant as time goes on. The term counterparty risk and liability is really the crux of this problem in a world that has become very systemic.
Very systemic. These are thumbnail. Some of these words are, we just keep hearing pop back up over and over. And as you know, words mean things on this channel. And then we've got this, change of the system. Listen to this.
Quote, "This is not the world many hoped for when the Cold War ended." That is the statement by the South African International Relations Minister, Naledi Pandor, during the BRICS Symposium. According to Pandor, moving away from the dollar is increasingly being discussed as a trade conflict between world powers threatens the economies of smaller nations.
The most powerful economies are in a fractious trade conflict that threatens all the smaller economies of the world. The poor and marginalized are facing the greatest threat in that their plight is forgotten while the mighty fight. The result has been increased economic risk for the most vulnerable, low growth levels in much of the globe, and neglect of those in the greatest need. This is not the world many hoped for when the Cold War ended. As DIRCO, we have consistently urged a return to peace, to multilateralism, and to partnerships for development.
Well, the founder of the Serbia Africa Investment Forum, Zlatko Tadic, he believes that moving away from the dollar will give countries more independence, not just in their economy, but, well, in general.
Dollar has been used as a very effective weapon in promulgating the U.S. Politics all over the world. We're witnessing, as soon as we are not in a lie of the U.S. geostrategical, let's say, economy, then they're going to sanction you one way or another. The consequences are going to be felt and are feeling into the smaller nations. So therefore, smaller nations are looking into moving away from the dollar and trying to diversify currency intake. That is going to give them, hopefully, a bit more independency in their own economy, for that matter, geostrategical position itself in the world arena. The world is not Europe, the world is not America only. The world is Latin America, India, Indonesia, for that matter, very much Africa.
Change of the system, folks. Then you got this, de-dollarization means the gold is underrated. You got that right. Long way to run, says Bridgewater's co-CIO. You know the drill. Links in the links in the top of the description. I've been buying gold this week. Now, Anders L. has a good tweet here. Interesting thought. In accordance with SEC versus Ripple case resolution, wouldn't it be perfect timing with Nasdaq custody, crypto, a timely XRP listing? You know, I remember some articles back in 2018 about Ripple and Nasdaq. I don't remember. You know, I'm partially seeing around a corner, but it seems to me I remember something. I'm sure somebody listening to my voice will pull those up. 2018-19, Ripple, Nasdaq, something. I don't remember exactly what. We'll have to look for it. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised if somebody like PolySign is the back end of what Nasdaq's doing. Not surprised at all. Now, crypto, the purge is what they're talking. Wait for the purge. Watch this little video right here, because I think that this person is 1,000% right. I think that there's going to be a moment where all of a sudden all these, I mean, I see it every day on, it blows my mind on crypto Twitter, all these people that the second one of these little meme whatever takes off and all it is a probably a wealthy group who in a coordinated fashion pumps something, and then they try to market it like everybody loves a picture of a dog or a Pepe or whatever they call it, and then they pump it, and the target victims are the retail people, folks. I mean, this isn't hard to figure out. That's why I don't ever talk about these things, because it's silly. We're playing adult games here on this channel. We're not playing silly children games. We're not getting caught up in crap, okay? But this guy, what he's saying here is correct.
Remember that I told everybody to pay more attention to the MiCA deal that they put out in Europe? Again, that is not proposed to go into full effect until the end of 2024. I don't think a lot of people are ready for this purge that's about to take place. Last time we were at 23,700, and today we are currently at 24,135. This entire market infrastructure and the cryptocurrency ecosystem is going to be reshaped and reformed, and people are not ready for the purge that's going to happen when these regulatory frameworks officially get put in place. Listen to what this lady from the BIS has to say.
Union has proposed a market in crypto assets regulation, MiCA for short, and that is currently going through the European lawmaking process and will likely become applicable in the next coming year. And this legislation is aimed at issuers, trading platforms and wallet providers of unbacked crypto assets and stablecoins. Now, the declared goal of MiCA is to ensure consumer protection by crypto asset service providers, to set rules for liability of these providers, and to cover market abuse such as insider trading and market manipulation, thereby, and I quote Bruno Le Maire, putting an end to the crypto Wild West. And
boom, putting an end to the crypto Wild West. Now think about this for just a second. The last bull run was due to massive quantitative easing. And think about where they all started to sell during the bear market, at the top of the bear market, when Russia first invaded Ukraine. Look at the dates, they correlate. And now what are we seeing? A massive influx of cryptocurrencies coming to the market. Again, we were just at 23,700 the other day. Now we're seeing all these meme coins. Pump and dump. They are profit-driven organizations that are dumping on you. Get ready for the purge. I keep telling people I am keeping capital reserves on the side for when these regulatory frameworks get put in place and there is a massive, massive dump in the market in the future, in my personal opinion. Now, that's not to say that a bull run couldn't come in between. Understand market cycles, but pay attention to details. She said in a year from now, again, towards the end of 2024, more regulatory clarity is going to change this whole entire infrastructure. Pay attention to detail. Many blessings.
Agreed. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Yeah, a crypto purge of crap is going to happen. No question about it.